What happens when you get into debt?
You've lied to me, haven't you? I think you're trying to throw me off the scent.
And you can't
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
or won't pay it back.
It doesn't matter what you want, sir. Unfortunately, that's the law.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Evil! You have to down to hell!
Well, I'll smash the window then. It's false imprisonment.
Dealing with desperate debtors.
Hello?
In dramatic situations.
You want to stand here like a big man?
Leave it. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Push me about.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
I don't think it.
Just calm down.
and their possessions.
The desks are going. Everything.
You're joking.
Okay.
Because whatever happens,
High Court enforcement.
if you can't pay, they'll take it away.
Recent reports show that business debt has increased by 25% in the last 2 years. A quarter of all small companies say that debts of less than £20,000 are enough to put them out of business altogether.
High Court enforcement agents Delroy Anglin and Kevin Stokes are in South London with a writ to collect a large debt from an Italian deli.
You know this next trip we're going to?
Yeah.
Italian Food Express 11 Limited.
Yes, mate.
It's for 29,939 quid.
You're joking.
Oh, bloody well, ain't you?
How much?
£29,939.46.
Look at that. It's a lot of pasta or whatever, isn't it? If
It's
it's,
a lot of pasta.
yeah, it's coming up.
There
Yeah,
it is.
Italian Food Express.
Off
Off
licence.
Whee. Fantastic. Let's go, Del.
Okay.
The business named on the writ is Italian Food Express 11. Kevin and Del can demand immediate payment today or seize goods to offset the debt.
Hello, sir. My name's Kevin Stokes. I'm from DCBL High Court Enforcement.
Okay.
Hello, how you doing, sir? I need to speak to the owner, please.
It's me.
Is you? What's your name, sir?
Antonio.
Antonio.
Negro.
Basically, we're here with a High Court writ from a person called Gasper Principato. He's claiming that you owe him some money.
I think it's something to do with the old company, which is not me. I took over since November.
Okay, and what's your company called, sir?
Gennaro Delicatessen Ltd.
Okay, do you have your lease agreement here?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, could I have a look, please? Thank you.
Despite the name on the shop front, it appears that a new company, Gennaro Delicatessen, is now running the deli. But Kevin needs proof.
The lease is on my name.
Who did you buy this from, sir?
From Italian Food Express.
Okay, is that any relation to yours, or is that... It's nothing to do with you, no? Sir, you said you have no affiliation with the last company that was here. Your name is Antonio Negro.
Antonio Faja.
Okay. You just told me Negro when I first got in here.
Antonio Faja.
You said Negro.
Negro is my brother. I mean, it's my...
You said Negro.
You said Negro when we came in, which is a bit coincidental. And the director of the company Italian Food Express Limited
Infatti a tomare.
is Antonio Negro. You've lied to me, haven't you?
I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
I don't think it is a mistake, sir. I think you're trying to throw me off the scent.
After first claiming his surname was Negro, Antonio now says it's Faja, a name not connected to the company on the writ.
Can I just call the person who is in charge, the director and everything, so you can talk to them?
Yeah, can you just... Yeah, you told us you was in charge.
I am the manager in here.
People often try to put you off the scent when dealing with a business. The change of names, a different company being set up, particularly when you know it's the same people.
With Antonio's story changing, Kevin suspects that the company named on the writ is actually still running the delicatessen.
This one is...
Can I have just look at this?
Yeah, of course.
There we go. If you're a new company, why have you got Italian Food Express Limited? It's bank details here.
There's a lot of paper. We still got a lot of paper since November.
Don't believe a word he's saying to me. He just lied to me since the minute I walked in here. He's trying to throw me off the scent constantly. I'm sure now if I go through paperwork in there, I'm going to find everything to do with this company. If you told me you had no affiliation with any Italian Food 11, why on earth would you have that in here? That's quite a confidential document.
With a High Court writ to enforce, Kevin searches for more evidence that Italian Food Express 11 still owns the deli.
Sir?
Yeah.
You say you took over in November?
Yeah.
Why is there an invoice for Italian Food Express 11 dated 16th of February?
It's changing now, some invoice.
This was last week, sir. There's bank statements from a week ago. As you can see in the windows, he's still got Italian Food Express. I gave him every chance to tell me the truth, but he's just lied constantly, one after the other. So I'm not afraid if he wants to play that game, then I'll play it with him.
The evidence is mounting. It's clear to the agents that the company who owes the £30,000 is still involved with the deli. Kevin decides it's time to take action.
I'm going to inform you now.
Yeah.
We're going to carry out stage 3. We're going to remove goods from the premises, OK?
He calls the office.
Hello, Graham. I'm on that Italian Food 11 one. It's about 30 grand. Basically, I've come in here, they've tried to throw me off the scent as soon as I've walked in here. Denied knowing anything about the debt, didn't even know who the person was who owed the debt. Said they bought the company from the last company who was Italian Food Express. He's basically saying that he's got a new company running out of here, but the business rates are still in the old company's name. There's an invoice from last week in the old company's name. There's documents everywhere in the old company's name that we're looking for.
Kevin and Dell think they have enough proof that Italian Food Express 11 is still in business, and the deli hasn't changed hands as Antonio claims. But if he won't pay, seizing company assets won't be easy.
Listen, it's delicatessen places, jars of food everywhere. You're going to struggle to get 30-odd grand out of here. We've got a coffee machine, we've got one of them saws that cuts ham, we've got things like that. OK, mate, lovely. Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Bye.
With some potentially valuable assets identified, Kevin makes his next move.
Hello, sir. My next step now is I'm going to start dismantling your goods, OK?
So you have to wait?
No, we don't
have to wait,
no.
OK?
So,
OK.
It's probably easier,
do you want
sir.
to carry on serving while we're doing this?
Do you want to? I would suggest, Kevin, I would suggest he closes.
Okay.
He closes. I suggest you close.
The agents are ramping up the pressure. But with Antonio still claiming that it's not his business that owes the money, will Kevin and Dell get the £30,000 they came for? Now, with the customers gone, Dell wants to find out more about the debt.
What do you know about the money owing, sir?
We don't know about this money.
You don't know nothing about it?
Faced with another denial, Kevin probes further.
Dell, who's the client?
Is
Is it that?
yeah, Principal.
Who's the
This
secretary?
is my wife.
So your wife is the claimant?
Yes.
Listen to me, sir.
Yes.
We've asked you what it's about, and you said you don't know.
No, you asked me about the money.
What is it about, sir? What is
The
it?
money, we don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Since I
It's just-
divorced,
So Gaspar
see,
is your wife's father?
ex-wife.
Your ex-wife's father? What's the money
Which
for? What's
I
the money
don't
for?
know.
This is why you've changed the name of the company, though, isn't it?
No, I didn't change the name of the company. I just was very stressed, and I was not able to carry on with the shop.
Antonio's story has started to unravel. As he's admitted a family connection to the claimant, Gaspar Principato, the agents are now more skeptical than ever. But then another man arrives and makes an unexpected claim.
We're closed, sir. We're closed. We're closed. Oh, you look.
I'm the director, him is my manager.
Can I see some ID, sir?
The man has ID to prove that he is Mr. Farger, the person Antonio has claimed to be. Mr. Farger says it's him, not Antonio, who is the new owner of the deli, being run under the name Gennaro Delicatessen.
More to 20,000 euros.
£20,000. Can you show me the transaction where you paid for the business?
It's my money.
It's your money. How did you get this money? If you don't mind asking? It's your savings.
Yeah.
Okay, then you'll be able to show me how you saved up for the. So if you can just start showing me the documents. Obviously, if you can't, okay, if you can't prove that this is your business and how you paid for it, what we're going to do today, sir, is we're making arrangements at the moment to basically take the goods from the premises. So if you want to go and get your statement, show me when you made the transaction to pay for this company.
Well, for me, it's a cesspit of nonsense. To be honest, I'm absolutely a bit shocked how intertwined this is all turning out to be.
Mr. Farger produces a bank statement. He says it proves he purchased the business.
Kevin?
OK.
I started to 21, that's the first transaction, and then it's continued.
How much did they give for the business?
Gave 29,000.
Oh, long short, it was 39,000.
So it was the old company.
You paid it to the old company. Paid that to the old company.
Faced with this unusual set of events, Kevin calls the office again for advice.
Hello, mate. Right, he's got bank statements showing in October he made several transactions amounting up to 29 grand. He made the transactions to Italian Food Express, which is the company that we're here for. So it's a transfer.
Despite Antonio's clear link with the debt, Mr. Farger has produced hard evidence to prove that he is the new owner of the deli, so the agents can't pursue the debt.
Once you've established that they've formed a new company, then all debts die with the old company, particularly if it's a limited company. So it makes it almost impossible to enforce because the law allows it. We realised there wasn't an awful lot we were going to be able to achieve, even though there was evidence of the old company having been traded there.
Yeah, OK. I'm going to throw this one back. Thank you. OK. We're satisfied, OK, with what we've seen. You show me the lease, you show me transactions where you've paid the money, OK? We're not going to take action here, we're going to walk out today, OK? Thank you for your time, OK?
Thank you, yeah.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you, you too, sir.
When people change their names and that so that you can't enforce, it's very frustrating. But what about the claimant? What if it was you who was owed that money? But the law enables him to do that. There was not a lot we could do there.
I just wish I could have done more in there, but there is nothing more I can do. As much as it's paining me to do so, I have to smile and walk away from this. Thank you.
According to new figures, soaring property prices have seen the number of people renting almost double in the last 25 years. But the number of tenants being evicted from their homes is at an all-time high, as rising rents and cuts to benefits make renting increasingly unaffordable.
Northwest London. Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on their way to evict a tenant whose letting agent claims she owes over £20,000 in unpaid rent.
Leafy streets. These are £1 million homes, aren't they, in a place like this?
Well, that's pushing it a bit.
Is it?
It's a repossession. It's a flat.
The letting agent claims the tenant hasn't paid rent in over 18 months, and the agents have been instructed to evict her from the flat today.
It's got to be the flats, isn't it? The end, I would think.
At the flat, Steve and Paul are joined by Rupesh, a trainee agent.
Oh, what number is it?
Flat 15. Trades.
Hello. Mrs. Finnerty. I have something for you. Could you open the door for us? I have a letter.
The tenant, Amy Finnerty, seems reluctant to open the door.
Hello.
But another resident lets them into the block.
Good morning.
Oh,
Sorry about that. When we go to a door, we never know who's there or who's behind it. And the first thing they do is, once they see us and they understand what our job is, then they break down in tears.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I just speak to you, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
Get in there. Can I close the door, please? I got thinking.
Just calm down. Just please, just take your time. Take a breath.
I got 2 letters, okay? 2 letters. Unless I have to wait for the 3rd one to tell me when the baby's going to come. This and that, okay? I've been going through crazy. I have no boy in the past 4 years. 4 years with no heating, with nothing.
Can I just stop you there? The county court process has now stopped. It's been transferred to the High Court.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, I don't mind.
That's right, no, that's okay. So there is no notification.
Okay.
We're here today.
Amy claims she stopped paying rent in protest when her landlord didn't fix a broken boiler.
Just calm just a little bit. Just take it a little bit.
We have to get out.
Paul needs Amy to understand the situation.
We need you to get you to the council office as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So you need to pack whatever you're going to need for an overnight stay, if you like, and then you can make an arrangement with the landlord.
No, I don't trust the landlord. I've been with him 4 years.
There's nothing we can do about
But I
that.
don't want to remove all my stuff. I can't remove my stuff.
What about the furniture and all that? Or
The
does
furniture's walking state. I just need...
Right, we'll get packing then as fast as
All
you
right,
can.
quickly, I'll be very quick.
Amy calls her mother for help.
Oh, Mum, please pick up, Mum. Mum, I've got bailiffs in my house here. They're kicking me out of my house, Mum. Please, help me.
Obviously, the job we do, people are never pleased to see us. Everybody's upset because they're leaving what they consider as their home.
Amy's friends turn up to support her.
Amy, why are you getting evicted?
Because the landlord couldn't bother to fix the boiler.
So you haven't made yourself intentionally homeless then?
No.
Sometimes the landlord hasn't looked after the property. He won't repair this, he won't do this. So you get that tension sometimes. But ultimately, it's down to them to actually pay the landlord the rent.
Amy's mum and brother also arrive to help her pack up the flat.
Good morning.
Sorry.
No, take your time, take your time.
Having an older family member there can be a tremendous help if the people who turn up are rational and are not there to cause aggravation. It can also go the other way and they just throw a complete spanner into the works.
This is very bad. You're the policeman.
No, I'm not.
Then what do you want?
I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Okay. You can't do it. You have to give us at least 1 day to take all the stuff. But what kind of landlord? Look. No bloody heaters for 3 years. The children that was ill, the suffer.
Please don't shout. I agree. Yes, I agree.
I'm talking.
I agree with you.
What it is, do you want to see more things? I'll show you more things. See, maggots here, maggots. Open. More. Look.
They've been here for 7 to 8 years. They still expect the landlord to replace the carpets and the furnishings and things like that. If I want a new carpet in my house because I spilled coffee on it or whatever, you just go out and buy it, don't you? So we're back into a society that expects other people to pick up the bill continuously.
That's my daughter. She's been suffering her life. Like this.
Tensions are rising. What started as a simple repossession is quickly turning sour.
Where are you going to move these bags to? Hit them in the letterbox. Hurry up.
And then what?
It's all right. I'll kick your face.
Now the family are nearly ready to leave, but Amy's mother is still upset.
3 years, he couldn't do nothing, the landlord. He wanted, rent, and that's it. We told him the washing machine broken, he didn't do nothing. She stayed with our children with no clothes.
Amy's hour to pack up and leave is almost up. Then the letting agent arrives at the flat.
So the landlord
of this place? Not the landlord. So who are you? I'm the managing agent.
Why not come in the original landlord to come in to see what he was doing?
No, I understand you had an issue with the disrepair.
3 years with no central heaters. Of course, if you're our place, you're gonna stop with the rates as well. You're gonna stop with the rent. And how much you pay my daughter? £800. I know it's not your fault, but it's the landlord is the fault.
I'll convey the message. It's what he wants to get in touch with you. It's up to him. But that's all.
Me to touch at me? You must be joking. I don't want to touch it on me. This guy, what he done with my daughter, make her throw all her stuff outside. Come on, please.
Amy's legally entitled to return to the flat to collect the rest of her belongings. But she wants to take everything now.
But the landlord won't let me in the house. He won't let me in the house. I know he won't.
They would. They have to. They have to.
Yeah. I thought it was Irish.
Paul tries to reason with Amy.
Listen, stop. Have you got the money to pay for a cab?
Yes, I have.
That's okay, that's okay, that's all right. Don't panic, though, don't panic. All we're looking at is to achieve the fastest result, and I would rather make friends than enemies. So if you look at our further mantra, if you like, it's better to make a friend than an enemy, and we do that. Before you go, can I give you... That's my card. Okay. So if there's any issues that follow on from this, if the landlord doesn't cooperate, or if there's any advice you think you need...
Okay.
There might be things that happen that you just need a few words of advice.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, that's okay.
You've been so kind.
That's okay.
Paul's years of experience have calmed the situation, but they still need to get the family to leave.
Amy, give me black bags.
What else needs to come out?
The bags as well. I don't know how we're going to take it.
Well, look, we've taken photographs of it here.
Okay.
The landlord's got to give you access to it.
At least we can get some bags.
You've got my phone number.
All right, thank you.
It's just that we need to go. We've got misery to spread elsewhere.
Okay.
We've got more people to upset.
Thank you.
An hour and a half after the agents arrived, the whole family are finally leaving.
Amy, just stop crying, babe.
Amy and her children are now homeless.
I have to take her to council today, really, because I've got no place. I've got only 3 bedrooms. It's one for me, and one for my son, one for my daughter. And then where I'm gonna keep her? The dining room, her stuff is gonna be in my dining room.
If you'd like to be outside.
All right, thank you.
It's nice to have met you.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sorry
Nice
about
to
the
meet you.
circumstances.
No problem. Nice to meet you anyway, and thank you so much for your help.
New research suggests Britain's debt crisis is affecting people of all ages. A leading charity reports that a quarter of over 65s are now struggling financially.
High Court enforcement agents Delroy Anglin and Brian O'Shaughnessy are in Suffolk with a writ to collect a large business debt.
All right, Del, what have we got next, mate?
In the first instance, we are looking to collect £15,844.79.
A couple, Mr. and Mrs. Wilby, are named on the writ. They bought a car exhaust business from the claimant, Mr. Skinner, 4 years ago, but they've still not paid the full price agreed for the business.
What's the interest on this?
£3,334.
Quite a large amount, this one, fella.
Brian and Dell's colleagues have visited Mr. Wilby before, but the £15,000 debt has not been cleared. Now the agents want payment in full today, or they will seize goods to pay off the debt.
Yeah, there's nobody here, mate. Yeah, but you can see straight through.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody seems to be at home.
Shall we look around the back?
I think we've probably not long missed them because the windows are still steamed up. So I don't think we've missed them by much, but we've missed them.
Nice, isn't it?
Brian and Dell look around the property for assets they can seize if the debtor can't or won't pay.
Oh, lovely old job.
It's a classic MG.
It's in good nick. Yeah, nice. Hang on, I used to have one. I had the BGT, which is the...
Well, you're of the older generation, aren't you? So you'll know a bit more than me about these things.
Yes, it's more experience.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why you
the
should...
old generation.
No, experience.
Not experience at all.
That's why you should do as you're told.
With a knowledge of classic cars, Dell knows the value of this potential asset.
In the days when the collector's cars were worth a bit of money, you'd probably get about 7-8 grand for that. Now, with austerity measures, I'd average it out at about 4 or 5 grand. There's probably more sentimental value, and you wouldn't want us to take that.
Brian and Dell decide to wait outside.
Nice car, though.
Not really.
No, they are. Just because you wouldn't fit in one doesn't mean it's not nice.
I could fit in that.
What, in that?
I could fit in that, yeah.
You wouldn't get out of it if you did.
If I can get in it, I can get out of it, can't I?
No, it's not that easy.
The office have given Dell a number for Mrs. Wilby's workplace.
Hello, surgery.
Yes, good morning. Is Patricia there, please?
Patricia who?
Patricia Wilby.
Yes, speaking.
Patricia, my name is Mr. Anglin. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm outside your property at the moment in relation to a High Court writ.
Right.
Is there any chance you could come back to sort this out with us?
Okay, can you just bear with me and I'll ring you back?
Yes, we'll wait for your call, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Minutes later, Cyril Wilby arrives home.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Should we go and have a chat?
Mr. Wilby is fully aware of the debt.
What's the date of the...
outside, please, for a minute.
No, sir, I'm not waiting outside.
How much do you want?
We want...
I can't...
We need you...
Everything, totally everything I've got.
Well, let me answer your first question. We need £15,844.
Oh, I haven't got nothing, I tell you. The most I can give you today is 500 quid. That's all the money I possess. If you could give me 3 months, please. That's all I'm asking for.
The problem is, for me to even consider that, I'd have to have some idea of how you're going to get that money, because people say a lot of things, and then and it's difficult in 3 months to.
I have it within 3 months. You'll have to.
Can anybody else help you with this issue?
Can anybody help me?
Yeah.
No, I've had all the help I could get.
Mr. Wilby says he can't pay. So Dell starts to put the pressure on.
What's the situation with the MG?
Gone.
Mr. Wilby claims he recently sold the car along with another vehicle.
Okay, so why is the car still here if you sold it?
Because I'm waiting for him to collect it.
So what prevents them from taking it then?
The vehicle's still here because he ain't got nowhere to put.
Well, you know what? We'll end up having to take it, won't we? If we can't come to an arrangement.
You'll have to take whatever you can.
Fine, I will then.
But you can't take the car because...
Yes, we can. And I will.
What, today?
Yes, today. It's a classic car. That'll sell for about 4 or 5 grand, probably. What we're going to do now, we're going to go through your house. If there's anything else of value, and you told me to write myself, so I will.
As Brian looks around the house for other assets to seize, Cyril Wilby calls the woman he says now owns the car.
Hello, is that Mrs. Horrocks? That's Mr. Wilby. Got the visors at my door again. Can you explain to him what you've done about the cars? Now they're taking the car. Yeah, they're taking the MG. Well, they said they can. Can you speak to this lady?
Who is this lady?
The woman who bought the car.
Hello? When did you buy the cars, madam? Okay, why is the car still here then? He has to be insured to drive it because... Yeah, well, that means it's still his car. Sorry, who are you in relation to this gentleman? You're his daughter, yeah? We're getting somewhere now. We're not idiots, you know, and we know what's probably gone on. All I want's the truth of the matter, and now we're getting somewhere. And you bought the cars off your father. Well, I'm not happy with the receipt. Your father's still insured on the vehicle.
Dell's detective work on the phone means that the agents can still take the car.
Cyril claimed that the vehicle was now owned by his daughter and stepson. They loaned him some money. Because he's loaned the money, it's not on the hire purchase agreement, so he'd still have to pay the loan technically, and we could still seize the vehicles because they're still Cyril's.
Brian wants to know more about Cyril's long history with the claimant and why he owes him so much money.
Well, what was it all about then?
Well, I bought a business of it.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I had to borrow the money.
Yeah.
At the moment, I've paid him £105,000 in the last 3 years.
What he's done, Cyril, is he got a county court judgment in 2011, 24th of May, and he's upgraded to the High Court, the 8th of May this year. My job's just merely to collect the money. That's my job. That's it.
Simple as that. He's had everything I've got. I have got nothing left.
Cyril claims that the business he bought had huge unexpected costs, which he's struggled to pay off. 4 years on, he's still over £15,000 in debt.
Please help me. Please. If you could help me just like that. I mean, he's making my life hell, honestly.
If you can get half of it, then
we do an arrangement for the balance.
We can do an arrangement for the balance until you manage to get it sorted out. If people cooperate with us, things become a lot easier to deal with. We're more receptive to wanting to help them with their situation, and when they see that, they begin to tell us exactly what the situation is.
Cyril Wilby now makes a last chance appeal to family members to try and raise some cash.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll speak to you later. Bye. Well, I can come up with £3,500.
It's a start, but the money doesn't come close to clearing the debt.
On the face of it, £3,500 is not enough.
That's all the money I possess. Please take £3,500, leave everything it is for 3 months.
Brian calls the office to see if the claimant will accept Cyril's offer.
We've just finished negotiations. We're at 2, yeah? 3.5 grand today. And you can do 2 grand a month. I mean, the problem is here, the goods and assets inside the house won't cover the debt outstanding.
Yeah, what?
I'm happy he'll pay the 3.5 today and keep up with this arrangement. Do me a favour, ask the claimant. I need an answer, a swift answer, because I'll act upon his instruction. 1, to take 3.5, 2 grand a month. If not, if he wants us to remove the car, we'll do it. It's up to him. I'm happy to do it. Let me know. Bye-bye. Cyril, what I've done, I've phoned the office, asked them to call the claimant. Now, the claimant has to agree. We can only advise with what's in front. We tell the claimant what's gone on here. 9 times out of 10, they listen to our advice and they deal with it. If they're having a discussion, they know about the vehicles being here. He may not accept that arrangement, but that's what I've advised, okay?
All that Cyril can do is wait to see whether the claimant will accept his offer.
I think he's had a really bad time here. I think he's tried to go into business and it's kind of bitten him on the arse. We don't want to take his car. We've said that to him. He's a really nice chap, to be quite honest. But the facts are this, if he doesn't pay half, we will take control of it and we will remove it.
5 minutes later, Brian gets a call back from the office.
Fine, I appreciate that, lovely. Okay, yeah, well, that's what we're trying to prevent. Okay, and he gets his money. Okay, all right, leave it to me, that's great. Okay, cheers, bye. Cyril, they've accepted it, all right? They've listened to us, and they're happy to do it, all right? I'm happier, yeah? Everything stays there.
We have a call back?
Yeah, go for it, yeah?
The claimant has accepted the proposal, and Cyril can keep his cars, for now.
So basically what this is what's called a control goods agreement. What this means is an agreement to you and I, High Court, that the cars are left in your possession. You can use them as you wish, but until the debt's paid, they're in the High Court's possession.
You must remember, if you default,
yes,
the car
they're going both
to
of them.
go. They will go, and your debt will be cleared then with them both cars. And
yeah, but I worked bloody hard for that.
I know you did.
And that's why we've done it, Cyril. All right.
Thank you very much.
But you could see he was under a lot of stress. But he's okay. This is a good result for him. Dare I say that? There's such a thing.
Brian and Dell's persistence has paid off.
The latest research shows that over a third of landlords are facing rent arrears. 1 in 5 reported that tenants falling behind with their rent would put them into serious financial trouble within 12 months.
Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are in Cambridgeshire with a writ to evict tenants who owe £7,000 in rent arrears.
We're looking for number 47. No, 45.
Sure?
Yeah, 45. 19.
What's it there?
That's it there.
Don't pick guns.
Well, the car's got a flat tyre.
The Polish tenants who live here haven't paid rent for nearly 2 years. As a result, the landlord has had to put the house on the market to cover his losses. But he can't sell with the non-paying tenants inside.
The curtain's moved, so somebody's obviously opened the door upstairs.
The landlord has decided not to chase the rent arrears. He just wants the tenants out today.
How do you say in Polish? We're not going away. You please open the door. If you don't, within the next 2 minutes, we will break it down.
Finally, somebody answers the door.
Hello. My name is Paul Bowhill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We have a repossession order for this property.
Sorry, I don't understand.
OK, is there somebody in the house who speaks English? OK, you have to go. You have to leave. We have a High Court order to evict you. Thank you.
What is this?
It's a High Court order which gives us the authority to take possession of the premises.
What? I must leave for what?
Sorry? You haven't paid any rent. You have to go now. 1 hour.
I have only 1 hour?
Yeah. You don't have to take everything, OK?
Yeah.
You need to take clothing for a few days, identification, any medication, phone charges, things you need for a few days, and then you can make an arrangement to come back and collect everything else. So concentrate on what you need for a few days.
3 days?
2-3 days, yeah.
Okie dokie. When I back tomorrow, it take this, yeah?
That's right.
You have to speak to the landlord to make an arrangement to come back.
The tenant, Tomasz, goes to tell his wife they must pack immediately.
Przyjechali, kurwa, stoją na dole, kurwa. Powiedzieli, że kurwa, jeżeli nie otworzę, to wypierdolą drzwi.
It's clear that he has understood everything.
How many people in the house? Just 2 or 4?
3.
Oh, 3. OK. Did you tell the other person? They have to go? Oh, OK.
The family have lived here for 4 years.
You're evicting.
Oh, no.
Cat and 4 kittens. What? Just don't let the cat out the bag or the house.
As the tenants get ready to leave, the landlord, Colin, arrives.
I've just come all the way from Milton Keynes, but I've had to bring my wife with me because she had a seizure last night.
Oh, God.
Cut a long story short, 2 years ago, my wife had a horse accident. She was worse than Schumacher, so she's got a brain injury, and I've had to bring her with me.
Colin and his wife, Di, bought the house as an investment using her pension funds. But just over 2 years ago, it became their only source of income.
I lost my job, obviously, because of my head injury, and because I started having seizures, he lost his job because he was having to be home with me. You're in this situation with no money. At least the rent that you would have paid would have put food in our mouths. So I sent them a letter saying, look, you know, we want to resolve this. You know, I've been ill, please resolve this. Here's our email address if you can't ring. And they've never contacted us.
You know, we hear the stories every single day, and there's always a turn, a twist, whatever it might be. All of these landlords are not the rich individuals that people assume them to be. They're ordinary working people who've taken on a buy-to-let property, but they're actually using it to make a living. So if the actual cash flow dries up, their living is stopped dead. How much is the rent a month?
$5.50.
That's nothing.
We've never put it up in 4 years.
Really sorry, but within the hour they'll be gone. You'll have the keys.
The hour is nearly up, but the tenants aren't ready to leave. With the help of their friends, they've decided to empty the whole house.
Is all that stuff in there's theirs?
Except for
white goods.
Machine. Yeah, white goods. What you rent. I think they've got rid of our fridge, and there's an American fridge.
There is a fridge in there.
Mine,
right.
But there was a white one. Which I don't give a shit.
No, you just want them out. Yeah, I get the point.
Gone, without damaging the property.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But inside, Steve finds Tomas's wife and another family member unplugging the washing machine.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
It's not there. Slide.
White goods stay. There was a washing machine here.
It's broken. It's broken. It's mine.
If that's hers, it can go.
I mean, I feel sorry for the landlord. He's been trying for over a year to get rid of these people, and they've just been staying put. That bloke's been desperate for money because he was living on the income from here with his wife's problems. Whereas these people, on the other hand, have been living in a very comfortable semi-detached house and have paid no rent for it.
You nearly done?
Yes.
Huh? OK, 5 minutes. Like that.
1 hour and 5 minutes after the agents arrived, and most of the contents of the house are on the street.
OK. Just locking up the back doors, making sure everything's switched off. Yeah, just checked all the lights and that. Check the back windows. I've locked up downstairs. Thomas, don't forget, this must go.
Now?
Not now, but...
Yes.
OK.
Yeah,
In a couple of days.
Everything.
OK?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And I'm glad we've been able to draw a conclusion and it's all done. They're out, so happy days.
These guys have lived here rent-free for over a year, nearly 2 years now, and it's my property. And I can't touch them. I can't even knock at the door, and that's wrong. It is a wrong system, and I'd never do this again. The house is getting sold, and I'm never ever going to rent again.
What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't
You think you can tear my family apart?
or won't pay it back.
I can't pay it. I can't pay it.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
Get back up! Get out of here! So somebody's gonna get hurt.
dealing with desperate debtors
I haven't been sleeping or anything.
in dramatic situations.
Get out of here!
Please open the door.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
I know this is your job, but look at me.
and their possessions.
That's fine, because I just list everything and we'll take it.
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
We're going to take it today.
No, you can't.
they'll take it away. Around 2/3 of all new companies fail within the first 5 years, with restaurants and bars having a significantly higher failure rate than other businesses. In 2015, 50% more restaurants closed down than at the height of the recession in 2010. It's 7:30 p.m. and High Court enforcement agents Delroy Anglin and his son Dale are working late. They're in Hutton, Essex, to collect nearly £3,000 owed by the owner of an Indian takeaway to a supplier.
Okay, Dale?
Right, we've got a Blue Arrow Essex Limited, trading as Bengal Spice. We're coming here for the amount currently standing at £2,919.05.
Okay.
The debt started as a county court judgment, but the claimant escalated the case to the High Court to speed up the process.
So if they're a meat supplier or whatever, innit?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you pay your meat supplier?
Blue Arrow Essex Limited owns the Bengal Spice takeaway. If its director, Mr. Asif Ryan, can't or won't pay today, Dell and Dale have the right to seize goods from the premises to offset the debt.
Oh, mate, you're right. My name's Dale Anglin, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. What is it, a High Court writ against Blue Arrow Essex Limited?
Blue Arrow Essex Limited.
Yeah.
This is best fit.
It's what, sorry?
This is the best fit.
Best fit?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Nearly 6 months.
6 months.
Probably more than that, you know.
And obviously, if you're a new company, it's no biggie. I just need to see your lease and business rates.
Okay. I don't know at the moment.
You got no paperwork?
I don't know, but
Who's the boss? You?
no,
Do you want to call the boss?
it's not here.
Yeah, I know. That's can you call him?
As the man denies the takeaway is owned by Blue Arrow Essex Limited, the agents need proof the business is now under new management. While another man comes out of the kitchen, Dale starts looking through the firm's bills and paperwork.
Blue Arrow Essex Limited, VAT bill. Well, these are all from December, and they reckon they've been here 6 months.
It's nonsense, isn't it?
What else is in there?
Pardon?
What else we got there? Yes. The bank statements for Blue Arrow.
All the bills and documents are addressed to Blue Arrow Essex Limited, the company named on the writ. There's no sign of Best Fit. Dell does a quick check on company's house.
You're showing us still trading here anyway as Blue Arrow Essex.
That's this month's bank statement.
That's is sending us to here constantly.
So why are you opening their bank statements?
To the.
I'll tell you what we'll do, right? We're here to collect a sum of money which needs to be paid. Until such time as you can prove differently, we suspect that you are Blue Arrow Essex Limited, and we need you to pay £2,919 and 5 pence.
Are you coming wrong place or something?
No. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Huh?
The agents are suspicious that the staff aren't telling them the truth. They need to see some official paperwork to confirm that a new company, Best Fit Essex Limited, now owns the business.
You say you've been here 6 months, so you should be registered for business rates, and you should have a lease.
The business rate, we don't pay the business rate.
Who pays it then? Show me the paperwork. Where's the lease then? Show me that.
This is not here, but.
I want to see a bill from the council regarding your business rates.
This is not a blue arrow. We don't know about the blue arrow.
Show me some documentation. When dealing with a debtor that has a few companies, a lot of the time they do that to avoid having to pay the debt from a previous limited company that they have. They need to show me that that debt does not belong to that company.
Despite the men's protests, Dale and Dell haven't seen any proof that the new company, Best Fit Essex Limited, is now running the takeaway.
Right, can we get one of the bosses on the phone?
I can't get it.
Huh? You can't get it?
You need to make a phone call now. Why can't you phone the owners?
Why can't you phone one of the bosses?
He's not here.
You guys don't want to call the boss, so what it means now... Listen to me, hear me. I've listened to you. I've asked you many times to call the boss. Whoa. You're not the boss, so I don't know why you're talking.
Yeah, but you know what? Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, okay?
Well, we won't talk to you. That's fine.
As the takeaway staff won't call their boss and can't prove the business isn't Blue Arrow Essex Limited, the company named on the writ, Dell and Dale have the right to seize goods to offset the debt.
What you need to do, you need to turn off all the gas. We're closing everything. We're going to take it today.
No, you can't.
We can.
No, you can't.
Why are you talking to me?
No.
I don't know why you're talking to me. You said don't talk to me.
No, don't push me.
Excuse, I'm not pushing you.
No, don't. You push me.
I'm not pushing you.
No, I'm staying over there, but you push me here.
I never pushed you to here. You walked to here. You walked to here.
No, otherwise I'm going to call police.
Call them. Call them.
Yeah, of course I'm going to call police.
Then call them. It's fine.
What started as a simple debt recovery has turned into a volatile situation.
No, you push me from over
With
there.
tempers run, ever get the £3,000 they came for.
Okay, don't talk to me, okay?
Okay, fantastic. Are you calling the police?
High Court enforcement agents Dell and Dale Anglin were in Essex to recover almost £3,000 from an Indian takeaway.
We're looking for Blue Arrow Essex Limited.
This is the Best Fit.
The takeaway staff claimed that the writ had nothing to do with them.
Are you coming wrong place or something?
They claimed the business was under new management and refused to call their boss.
You need to make a phone call now. Why can't you phone the owners?
Don't talk to me.
But when the agents threatened to seize the kitchen equipment,
What you need to do, you need to turn off all the gas. We're closing everything. We're going to take it today, yeah?
tempers reached boiling
I'm going to call
point.
police.
Call them.
Now Dale and Dell must try and get this case resolved.
Where's the lease then? Show me that.
This is not here.
But the takeaway staff are still not cooperating.
Am I looking at?
Yeah, where are you looking at? Like this?
Why am I looking at you?
Yeah, you look at me. I don't know why. Where are you looking
I
at?
looked in the kitchen.
Huh?
I looked. I looked into the kitchen.
No.
Listen.
What's your problem? I don't know.
If you're going to stand at the glass, listen. If you're going to stand at the glass, I thought you didn't want me to talk to you.
Don't look at me like this, okay?
With such a strong reaction to the agent's presence, Del and Dale are suspicious that the men are not just employees.
I want to speak to someone who can prove what's going on here. Why can't I make a phone call? You got phones there?
Phone call to who?
To whoever runs this business. In most cases, when I'm dealing with a debtor that's making excuses that the debtor's away and wherever he may be, but he's not at that company, I form that opinion very quickly that I'm probably speaking with the debtor. Particularly if he knows a lot about the business and what's going on, and he knows a little bit too much than what a normal employee would know.
Del wants to find out who the men really are. He spots a set of car keys.
I'm holding the keys.
Why are you holding me?
Because I wish to hold the keys until we establish what's going on here. So this is your car.
Yeah.
Where's it registered then?
My home address,
Which is where?
London E2.
Del hopes that establishing the ownership of the car might reveal the man is in fact the director of the company named on the writ, Asif Ryan.
Where did you say you live?
Pardon? I live in London E2.
Same as Mr. A. Ryan, yeah? As if Ryan, what's your name?
My name?
Yeah, your name.
My name is Ali. Ali.
You sure?
Yeah.
You got any ID on you? Do you have ID on you?
And
No, you haven't? That's convenient. Because 0RF is where Mr. Asif Ryan lives. And he's the director of the company we're here to find. And you weren't sure of your name for about a good 10 seconds there.
I don't know nothing. This company is already...
It's your old company, yeah?
No, this is the company.
Oh, it is, isn't it? We can see. You're the director of the other company, aren't you? Of the company. You are, tell the truth.
I'm not the owner, man. I'm not the owner.
Then why is your name shown as the director of the company that we're
What do
looking
you mean
for?
my name is...
Your name's on there.
No.
The man maintains his name is Ali and not the debtor, Asif Ryan. So Dale turns detective. He goes out to check the man's car and finds the insurance documents.
Oh, lovely.
Mr. Ali has followed Dale outside.
What's your name?
Ali.
Ali. It's your car, though. And your insurance, yeah?
Sorry?
So it's not your insurance? The one that says Asif Ryan. No? You're not Asif Ryan, then? You are Asif Ryan.
Yeah, so what?
So now we can talk, yeah? Let's go talk then.
Finally, his deceit is exposed. The man is the debtor, after all.
This is Asif Ryan. His insurance policy from his car. So Asif, £2,919.05p. Can you pay that? Asif.
I don't know anything.
Asif,
the company is closed down.
Asif, it's not.
It's not closed
it's not
down.
closed down. It's still active.
It's still active.
Asif.
It is shown
Asif.
as active on Company's House.
But Asif still claims that the shop belongs to a new company, Best Fit.
The company is new company.
Okay, so the new company bought all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I see the receipt and the transaction?
Bill of sale. Show me the bill of sale.
That's new people. New
So you don't have it.
What do you mean?
You don't have a bill of, you don't have a receipt for the new people.
But I don't have any money. Company owes the money.
Listen.
I don't owe the money personally.
But then Dale spots a document addressed to the owner of Best Fit Essex Limited, the new company Asif claims now runs the takeaway. He rings the contact number for the owner named on the document, Mr. Farid Ahmed.
Hello? That's you, yeah? Please.
The call is answered by the other member of staff in the kitchen.
So you're Mr. Ahmed who runs Best Fit Essex Limited, yeah?
Okay.
You're Mr. Ahmed, yeah?
What?
You're Mr. Ahmed, yeah?
Yeah, he was.
You're the contact for this.
Yes,
Please.
he just phoned your
I just
number.
rang you. I just rang you.
He just phoned you the number.
Hold your phone out.
He just phoned you, innit?
That's your phone number on there.
No, listen. Listen to me.
You know what? I like the way you roll,
No,
yeah?
no idea, bro.
No idea, yeah. I like the way you roll.
I think once we've exhausted all of a defendant's lies and we've totally blown it wide open, I think we get into a new point where they realise that we're not here playing games with them, and we're good at what we do.
No paperwork to show that Asif has officially transferred his business to his co-worker, Farid. Dale gives him one last chance to pay.
Can you make this payment, Asif? £2,919.05. Right, no worries. Asif, we're going to now remove goods to cover the bill.
With Asif's refusal to pay, the agents now have the right to seize the takeaway's assets to cover the debt. But there's a problem. It's now 9:30 p.m.
We want to do a removal of all the gas fittings. Are we going to get anybody at this time of night? Okay, mate, thanks.
It's too late to send a vehicle to collect the kitchen equipment, so the agents decide to throw Asif a lifeline.
Come here. We're going to give you till 12 o'clock tomorrow. We'll give you till midday to pay $2,919.
No. 12 o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Give me at least 5 o'clock.
Not 5 o'clock. I'll give you till 2 o'clock.
Okay, 3 o'clock, yeah?
What's wrong with you?
2:30, find the money, please.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
The deadline is set. Asif now has 17 hours to pay the £3,000 he owes. But if he doesn't, the agents will be back. The number of people made homeless after falling into arrears with their rent has increased by nearly 60% over the last 5 years. 300,000 landlords expressed worries that their tenants won't be able to keep up with rental payments over the next year. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are in West London to carry out an eviction.
We're going to Shakespeare Road, Acton, London W3.
The tenant, Numa Tall, has lived in the house with her young son for just over a year, but she hasn't paid any rent for 6 months.
Wow, there's £14,000 plus on the writ. So, I think if that was me, I'd be gone by now.
But the agents aren't here to collect the £14,000. Their job is to get Numa out today.
There's somebody running around inside. Good morning. Is Numa at all?
Yes.
Hi there, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. And I have a writ to repossess this property.
Come in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice and warm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Okay.
come in.
This is for you.
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll give you an hour to get your personal effects together.
Wow. I wasn't prepared for that.
No. I understand that.
So if I had at least this letter, 2-3 days ago, I could just, because what you're telling me right now is just pack your stuff and go. What you're telling me is just rush. It's just
But this has been going on for months. You haven't paid the rent.
No, but I was waiting for this one, not like that. You see what I mean?
I'm no longer surprised that tenants are shocked by the fact that we're on the doorstep there to evict them because of massive repairs. They just think it's never going to happen. I think it's the old burying the head in a bucket of sand syndrome. They just don't want to know.
Paul wants to find out how Numa found herself in this situation.
Why have you not... What happened?
Do you really want us to
I do.
take that? So basically, I opened my company in 2013.
Yeah.
And when I opened my company, I had people working for me. Everything was going smoothly. And then everything changed after some times. So I couldn't take it again because this house is 2,200 per month. Okay. Which is like, you know, you're paying for somebody's mortgage.
Yeah.
And it's very expensive. And it's me and my son. We don't really need that.
You're obviously a really intelligent girl.
If I was intelligent, I wouldn't be here today with you guys.
I don't know. I think you've done quite
Because-
well. Paid £15,000 worth of rent. I mean, that's quite clever, really. Will your family look after you?
No. I don't want anyone involved with whatever I'm doing right now. This is my fault, my big mistake, and I need to deal with it.
Now, despite the shock of their arrival, Paul and Steve must help Numa understand that she must leave today.
You have to look at it from both sides of the coin, okay? For you, this is not a good day. We are not nice people. The landlord, for them, it is a good day for them. So it's a balance.
I just want them to give me at least a day because all of this is mine. And how can I just do that like that? Oh my God, this is something so new for me, and I know this is your job, and this is, wow, look at me.
When you get a tenant who like breaks down in floods of tears, I think it's that point they actually realise that this is it. Doesn't matter what I try and do now. I've now got to admit to myself that I have the problem and I've got to move forward with it. So it's the reality check.
As Numa has a young son, the agents need her to understand what she must do next.
Go to the council, give them that piece of paper, because they won't do anything without that piece of paper. Get yourself sorted, get the little one.
Okay, can you give me at least 2 hours?
No, we can't. We have to be gone from...
No, because I need to...
All you need to do is
I've got my stuff here.
1 or 2 bags of clothes, 1 or 2 bags of clothes, identification. That's really all you need. And then you can come back and collect everything else later. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm originally from Mali, West Africa. My father was, you know, a very, very big person in my country. He was a diplomat person, and I was the black sheep of my family. And I'm not proud of it because I decided to have a child without marriage. I'm Muslim, by the way. So it's very, very bad.
Despite her distress, Numa has finally started to pack.
Tu prends tes Legos? Tu prends le box de tes Legos? Parce qu'on ne sait pas en fait combien de temps on va pas venir dans la maison. I'm just sorry for my little one. He doesn't deserve to. If I could go back in time, I've done it. Let me take my picture.
It's an hour and a half since the agents arrived. Numa's time in the house is almost up.
5 minutes.
We have to go, I'm afraid.
But the thought of leaving the house is proving too much.
Okay, beautiful house. Now I'm leaving. Please take care of my stuff. It was very kind being with you. Now I'm leaving.
With the locks changed, the eviction is now complete. It will be up to the council to provide Numa and her son with a bed for the night. Paul and Steve have dealt with an emotional eviction. But in Dylan Dale's next case...
He's already taken his call. He's transferred this up since then and asked us to enforce it.
They meet a debtor who won't face up to the truth.
So I'm not prepared to do it. I'm going to watch TV.
We're not going to leave until it's sorted.
Nearly a third of all workers in the UK are self-employed. But since the beginning of the financial crisis, their average earnings have dropped, and the self-employed are nearly 40% more in debt than those in full-time employment. High Court enforcement agents Del Anglin and his son Dale are in Surrey, chasing nearly £4,000 owed by a car dealer to a dissatisfied customer.
OK, what have we got, young master?
Mr. James Elgar. He owes the amount of £3,822.31.
The claimant bought a Land Rover from Mr. Elgar, but decided to return it. Wanting his money back, he went to court and won.
I might as well go and see what's what.
Now Mr. Elgar must settle the debt. But if he can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to remove goods and vehicles to offset the amount he owes.
Morning, how you doing? My name's Dale Anglin, High Court enforcement agent. Looking for a Mr. James Elgar.
Okay.
Is that yourself?
No, it's not.
Ever heard of him?
I have, yeah.
Does he live here?
He does.
Mr. Elgar is renting a room in a friend's house.
Mr. James Elgar.
That's right.
High Court enforcement agent.
Right.
I've got a High Court writ against you. We're here for the sum of £3,822.31.
No, he's having his car back. He's taking his car back. He contacted me about that.
He's already taken his call. And he's already got a judgment.
His car.
Yeah.
He's taking his car back.
But that means nothing to me, because I don't know what this is about.
He brought a car off me and he didn't want it.
Right.
And then basically, he obviously done a technical judgment, and then he said he'd take his car back, which is what he was doing. He contacted me like literally about 3 weeks ago.
Right. He's transferred this up since then and asked us to enforce it.
Mr. Elgar claims that the Land Rover was returned to the claimant after he changed his mind about a refund, and that he owes nothing. But the High Court writ says otherwise.
Should we step outside and do this? This is my mate's house, it's not even mine, so...
He said you live here?
Yeah, he just rented a room. Just questioned his room, yeah. But obviously I don't like this at my mate's house. Could we step outside and do it?
Fortunately not. I've got a High Court writ to be here.
So what do you want to
Because we're here today. Well, we're here to collect £3,822.31. Otherwise, we're going to seize goods to cover the bill. That's what we're here to.
And what are you going to seize?
Well, we don't know.
Goods in the house.
No, we haven't looked yet. But
there's nothing here in my an old TV. That's it.
We don't know that.
Hopefully we can resolve this in the nicest possible way.
Firstly, are you able to pay this amount?
No, not at all. Give me a couple of hours.
We will have to stay here until you've sorted it.
You can't sit in this house while I go and sort something out.
Yes, we can,
sir. We can sit here. We're not going to leave until it's sorted.
Mr. Elgar is clearly uncomfortable about the agents being in his friend's house, but the writ instructs Dale and Dale to stay until the case is resolved.
We need to know who owns everything in here. Well, he needs to prove that. Do you want to grab him and let him bring receipts for everything? I think he's got.
You've got to bring receipts for it?
Yeah, I need to know.
That's ridiculous.
It's the way the law works, unfortunately.
What do I own in this house? What do you want? I own in this house. TV upstairs, an old PlayStation, that's it. Yeah?
Anything that's in your room, I guess.
That's it, nothing here.
Okay, but we need to see receipts for everything else in the house.
You can't, that's guys.
Well, we can. And it's not outrageous. You live here.
With Mr. Elgar saying he can't pay, their next target is his car.
Which car you got?
I'm in the last right there.
That blue one?
Dell immediately sets out to seize Mr. Elgar's car. Its value doesn't come close to clearing the near £4,000 debt. But Dell hopes that the threat of taking it away will prompt payment.
That's one.
Can we have a chat to see what goes, because this is just serious for my mate. How is this resolved?
Well, it's easy if you pay it, isn't it, mate?
I'm out of work, I'm signing on.
You're going to have to try and do something. Otherwise, it's going to inconvenience the people here when we start going through room by room.
I'm signing on, I haven't got any money, that's the problem.
It seems that Mr. Elgar is no longer trading cars, but the debt must be settled today, either in cash or goods.
You could just come down there and take my mate's stuff, but it's not even mine. It's not even mine.
Oh, no. We don't know. We're not here to take your mate's stuff. We're here to remove your goods and chattels. Some debtors will have a a conflict. If they're living somewhere where they're paying rent to their friend, for example, they've got debts, and we're there primarily to remove goods or to collect money. So I'd imagine it's a bit embarrassing for them, for both of them.
While the agents wait for Mr. Elgar to try and raise some funds, they take a look upstairs for any other assets that might belong to him.
What's sparse with a small notepad-type computer, old Sony telly, and not a lot else.
With no items of value in Mr. Elgar's room, pushing for payment is Dale and Dell's only option.
Any joy?
Couldn't get hold of her, so we've got to go round.
Got to go round to where?
So my mum's, but I'm not going to sit here. I'm not doing that to my mate. Leave me sit here for.
Why would you be a couple of hours if you're just going to go on off?
Because you're asking. It's not as simple as that, guys. To run in and run out. So I'm not prepared to do it. I don't watch TV.
It's a stalemate. Dell gives him one last chance to pay off the debt.
Listen, we're here because the High Court sent us. Your argument with the claimant is your argument with the claimant, and you should have dealt with that. Now, we will wait, we'll be patient. We won't remove a thing. We'll wait patiently till you go and do what you need to do and come back.
Right, I'll go around now.
We'll give you a phone number. Have you got a phone?
Yeah.
Mr. Elgar heads off to his mum's to see if she can help.
He's walking with purpose over to the end of the road. I think he's got someone's turned up for him.
But just moments after Mr. Elgar leaves, Dell gets a call from the office with surprising news.
Morning, Dale.
Good morning.
Just to let you know, he's contacted the claimant. The claimant's obviously he's referred it back to us. What he does state, though, that the defendant, Mr. Elgar, has got a Nissan Navara for sale on Auto Trader at the minute. It's £2.5 worth.
All right, lovely, cheers.
It seems that Mr. Elgar does have some assets, after all.
He's still got vehicles up for sale on Auto Trader. His phone number on it to be contacted as a seller, so he's still selling cars.
The car up for sale could be seized if he doesn't return with payment. Then Mr. Elgar calls.
Hello?
Hi, it's James.
Hi, James.
Yeah, Mum's not here, so I can't do anything. What can we do then?
No, you need to pay this money.
Right, well, I haven't got it.
Okay, no worries. Then further action will continue at further cost to you, James.
Minutes later, Mr. Elgar calls back.
Hello?
So, mate, can you tell me what's happening now, then, please?
We're going to remove assets that we think of that are viable to remove, sir. As you're refusing to pay, aren't you? That's what we're talking about.
No, I'm not refusing to pay.
Right, you need to
How
pay.
about if I get his Land Rover?
You want to do what, sir?
How about if I get his car, which is obviously worth like £3,000?
Well, you said you'd already given him the car back.
Hello?
I thought you gave him the car back already.
No.
That's what you said when I first came in.
No.
Oh.
It seems that Mr. Elgar didn't return the Land Rover to the claimant after all.
Where exactly is the car?
Well, I mean, can that work or not? Or have you got to take my TV in bed?
We'll probably take all of it, to be fair.
I don't know what else you can say. So I've got to work something up with you.
No, you're not, James. I don't believe a word you're saying. You lied to us since we got it. Goodbye.
Dale calls the office to check out the Land Rover's value and that of the other car he has listed for sale.
Right, the Land Rover Discovery can't get a valuation on it. And worst news being the Navara, that was a Cat D write-off, so there's no value in that body.
No value. Cheers, John.
Phone him back. Let him know we know about that.
Dale, the High Court enforcement agent that's at the house.
Yeah.
I'm just calling you via the Auto Trader app regarding the Nissan Navara you're selling.
That's sold it.
Oh, it's sold, is it? If you've just sold it, you've obviously got the money to contribute towards this bill.
No, I haven't, no.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, no worries. Can you understand the trust issue we're having with you?
Yeah, I can do, mate. You know, I'm happy to try and get some money together, but I can't get all of it together.
Unable to get a value for the Land Rover, And with the Nissan deemed a write-off, neither can be used to offset the near £4,000 debt Mr. Elgar.
Should we take the Astra?
You know what I honestly think? I think it's just not worth it.
Negotiating a repayment plan is now the agent's only option.
So I need a suitable offer for you.
Well, what's a suitable offer?
Make an offer and we'll tell you if it's suitable, James.
You need to cover half of this today minimum, James, and then we can move forward.
Right, let's do it. It's not possible.
Tell me what you can afford to pay monthly and I can tell you if I can accept it or not.
500?
500 a month?
Yeah.
So I'll call you back shortly. Okay, so we now know what he's going to offer a month. We can either conclude it on that basis and leave.
That's it, innit?
See what the offer and
wait, what's the alternative?
There isn't.
Dale calls the office to see whether the deal is acceptable to the claimant.
He's offering 500 quid a month and we got no other choice because there's nothing to take.
Well, go with what you can do.
Yeah. Cheers, John.
Dell calls Mr. Elgar.
They've accepted your monthly arrangement. When will you make the first payment? Can you pay it tomorrow?
That's the 26th, yeah.
Okay.
With a payment plan agreed, the case is concluded for now. But if Mr. Elgar defaults, the agents will be back.
Nobody wins on this situation for me unless he does stick to his arrangement. He hasn't been truthful in anything so far since we've been here, so the likelihood of that is slim.
Last year, 40,000 households were evicted from rented accommodation. 1 in 4 private renters have been forced to move by a landlord who wanted to increase the rent or to sell up. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are in Acton, West London, to carry out an eviction.
We go right at the lights.
Down the A40?
Up the A40. No, down the A40, you're right.
The tenants, Lorraine Jones and her partner, Nick, have lived in the flat for almost a year. Their tenancy hasn't been renewed because the landlord has sold the flat.
Mind the old fella on the wheels.
Notice of eviction was sent by the county court, but the landlord escalated the case to the High Court to get the tenants out quickly.
Thank you.
It's always upstairs, isn't it?
Yeah. There you are, sir. It's all yours.
Today, the agents are here without warning.
If you are in there, we're High Court enforcement agents.
That sounds vicious.
No one appears to be in.
Door knocker. Wooden door knocker.
If you don't open the door, we will have to force entry.
But then one of the tenants, Nick, arrives.
Yeah, mate.
Are you from number 58?
Yeah.
You don't look like Lorraine.
Yeah, my partner's on her way back.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We have
Yeah.
You were expecting us, were you?
Well, we weren't we ain't got no letter saying that you're coming today.
No, there is no letters.
Oh,
We're from the High Court. If I can explain the procedure to
Yeah.
you. We give you an hour to get personal belongings together.
Yeah, I was down to see my mental health GP to get a note from them to take to the council. I've got ADHD.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But my tablets seem to calm me down.
But so you're okay as long as you keep taking the tablet?
Nick's circumstances mean that Paul and Steve must handle the situation with care.
So if you like to open the door, yeah?
Yeah,
Of course it is, yeah.
Of course. Keep them ferocious dogs away.
She's locked in the front room. She's only a little Westie. She done that. See, baby.
Sit.
It's absolutely devastating to have the home and the circumstances that you have known near and dear to be suddenly taken away from you in short order, which of course is what happens when we turn up.
Hello, Mum. I'm with the bailiff now. Do you want to speak to him?
As Nick calls his mum for help, Lorraine arrives.
You all right?
Not really.
Well, no.
We was told on Monday we would get at least 2 or 3 days notice before you lot showed up.
Who told you that?
My letting agent.
But can I ask the question? Are you okay now? You're all right?
Not really, no.
No? All right then. Well, you
But like, sorry, I suffer with anxiety and I
Is there
haven't
any-
been sleeping or anything.
No? Okay. If you go in there, then make yourself a cup of tea and do whatever, and we'll catch up in a few minutes.
All right.
Don't upset yourself.
Faced with a sensitive situation, Paul and Steve will have to draw on all their professional experience to keep this eviction on track.
I don't eat or anything. It's making me really ill.
High Court enforcement agents Steve Pinner and Paul Bowhill were in West London to evict a couple from a flat in Acton that had been sold.
If you are in there, we're High Court enforcement agents.
But it soon became clear the eviction would have to be handled with care.
I was down to see my mental health GP. I've got ADHD.
Nick and his partner, Lorraine, had not been expecting the eviction today.
Like, sorry, I suffer with anxiety and I
Is there
haven't
any-
been sleeping or anything.
Now Lorraine must contact the council to arrange emergency accommodation for the night.
Hiya, I've got an appointment for tomorrow. We've actually got the bailiffs here at the moment. They've just shown up. Like, my letting agent hasn't given us any warning that they're coming today. I'm just waiting for my partner's mum because she's coming down to help us because of where he's got mental health issues. But I always want, like, because we can't be put in a bed and breakfast, that's the only thing, because of where he's got... Yeah. Okay. They've just turned around and said to me, well, if you're homeless today, you've just got to come into the council by and put the phone down.
You couldn't make it up, could you?
That's
You couldn't make it up.
Exactly. She went, well, you've got to come in and we'll have to assess your situation. That's all she's just said to me.
And put the phone down.
I literally just put the phone down.
Concerned for Lorraine and Nick's welfare, Paul wants to make sure she understands what she needs to do next.
It's a bit worrying that you seem to have fallen through the system. What I would like to see is that you get what you need now,
Yeah.
get you down the council office so that you can get the ball rolling. Because we can't stay here,
Yeah, I know. It's just the
sadly,
fact that...
all day. The tenant's vulnerability, or mental health issues in particular, should, in my view, be reflected in the way that the councils deal with their situation. So, in other words, if someone is clearly in need of help, the council should appoint a social worker who may be specialised in that field.
I haven't slept in like 3 days. I haven't slept since Monday night because I've been, or eaten because I've been worried about all of this.
You're all right.
I'm going to have to.
Sorry, I know you're not all right.
Yeah.
You're completely shot to pieces. I understand that bit.
Because I'm his carer as well, so.
All right.
it's not
Do you
just-
get paid for doing that?
Yeah, I get weekly money on a Monday, but I get income support, but that's tomorrow, so that's why we've got nothing till tomorrow.
Lorraine and Nick start to pack, but they have another problem. They claim their letting agency has told them they must remove all their possessions on the day of the eviction.
We need to sort all that stuff out in the washing basket as well.
Yeah, I've emptied the machine.
Right.
That's that stuff there. That black bag there in the kitchen.
Right, that's going to smell. We need to take that with us.
Yeah.
It's got paperwork everywhere. I am stressed, but I'm just trying to hold it in because usually I end up throwing stuff and screaming and shouting, but that doesn't help me. That just gets me even more worked up. So if you've got to be out, you've got to be out. There's nothing you can do.
Steve calls the agency to see if Nick and Lorraine can have more time to remove their possessions from the flat.
There is no way that they're going to get this property empty today. They're under the impression they've got to be out lock, stock and barrel today. You know they've got mental disability between them. Yeah. Okay, all right, I'll pass that over. They're saying that they can put all their stuff they want into one room.
Yeah. It just takes the pressure off slightly.
Yeah.
If they're happy to do this, you say, well, we want that in that room, whatever. And then you can come back, they can go around and tidy the rest of the house.
Leaving the couple to pack, Paul and Steve decide to wait in the van until Nick's mum arrives.
If ever people need a little bit of care and compassion, it's these kids here. Theoretically, they should escape into council property.
2.5 hours after the agents repossessed the property, Nick's mum, Kelly, arrives.
What are you doing?
Trying to get everything piled into one corner.
Yeah, we need to get the stuff you need at the moment.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna wait forever. Where's his medication and everything?
He's packed that in the bag in there.
Like, he needs a coat and everything. You need a coat.
I think it's fair that we waited till the mother came over, because she's now taken charge of them, isn't she?
Yeah.
The eviction is complete. Lorraine and Nick are now homeless and face an uncertain future. They must hope that the council will find them some emergency accommodation for the night. Next time, Stuart and Vic face a furious debtor
Move back! Move back! Move back, I'm telling you!
and find themselves threatened by an angry crowd.
You'll have to walk round me, because you can't invade my space.
Need immediate police assistance, please.
And Del and Dale meet a couple in crisis.
Honey, can you fucking tell them to stop?
From a previous relationship, so it's even harder on her.
Next on Channel 5, Paul Connolly is catching some dodgy landlords red-handed. He's undercover nailing the fraudsters as the new series continues.
What happens when you get into debt
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
and you can't
I don't know to work, I can't go.
or won't pay it back?
I can't pay you. I can't pay you.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
You're a living little yellow twat.
dealing with desperate debtors
Please open the door.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's happening.
in dramatic situations.
I'm breaking your glasses.
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave because if that pipe comes off, it's like threatening.
And their possessions.
Would it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
Get your hands off me.
they'll take it away. Last year, over 100,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. With an average value of nearly £3,500, creditors are increasingly turning to the High Court to get their money back. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are High Court enforcement agents. They travel thousands of miles every week, collecting debts and seizing goods. Today, they're on their way to a dog kennel business in Crewe, Cheshire, to recover a debt of over £3,000 owed to a supplier.
Where are we off to, Vic?
We are off to Thermal Dog Kennels.
Wonder if the owner's called Jack Russell.
No, he's actually called David. It's David Routledge.
If company director David Routledge can't or won't pay today, the agents can remove goods from his business to cover the value of the debt.
I reckon it's one of these little out units. Thermal Dog Kennels. Hello. Hello there. We're after Mr. David Routledge. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I need to speak to Mr. Routledge. Is that yourself?
I'm one of the Routledges. Which one do you want?
David.
Which one? There's two of them.
Right, okay.
Director of the company.
Director of Thermal Dog Kennels.
He's not here.
Right, okay. Are you able to get him on the phone?
No.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We're here to take control of goods.
What goods?
The goods that are in the premises at the moment.
Thermal Dog Kennels haven't got any goods.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'd need to get them on the phone.
What's Thermal Dog Kennels supposed to owe?
Well, they're total amount at the moment, so you need to get Mr. Routledge on the phone.
No, I can't. It's not
No, okay, that's fine. Can you start doing an inventory of goods?
This Mr. Routledge claims he isn't the David Routledge, director of the debtor company they're looking for.
You need to start cooperating with us, sir.
No, come on, gentlemen.
No, carry on doing what we're doing, sir.
You are right. You're leaving this premises.
No, we're not.
Please. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not trespassing at all. I'm not. No, please don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Touch you? I'll do more than touch you. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. There is nothing here of Thermal Dog Kennels. If you look at the record...
Can you stand back, please, sir?
No, I will
Can you
not stand back. Will you leave our premises?
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
You're not going our premises? Right. Right, come on. Let's see who can saw through first.
Mr. Routledge, the on company's house is still active, sir, and it's ready.
Can you stop leaning on me,
Yes.
please, sir?
No, I won't. We'll leave these premises. Move this man out
Yeah,
of the
no,
way.
it's fine. You can talk to me, sir.
For a start, High Court enforcement is nothing but a company. You're not a High Court. I want to see.
Sorry, sir.
I want to see your bailiff certificate for a start.
No problem at all, sir.
Come on, let me see it.
There you go,
And then
sir.
I want to see the writ under the authority to come into.
Who are you, sir?
Who am I?
Who are you?
I'm me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So I'm not showing you anything, sir.
Right, and I'm not.
Okay.
And I'm telling you to leave.
And I'm
these
not going
premises.
anywhere until you cooperate with us.
Well, I don't have to cooperate with you.
Exactly, sir.
I've told you. That
Okay,
these are
so
the
what I'll
premises.
do is I'll continue doing my job
You will you?
until you start cooperating with us, sir.
I'm not cooperating
Okay.
with you because you're.
Okay. Don't touch me again.
I won't more
Do
than
not
touch
touch
you.
me again.
I
I will
find
have
you
you
aggressive.
arrested. I'll
Have
find
me
you
arrested.
arrested.
Go on.
Okay.
I'm a 72-year-old gentleman
You're
with a
acting.
heart complaint. Do you think the police are going to be very interested in me when they see a big burly thug like you
Well,
threatening
can I
me?
not spit in my face, sir, please?
Yes. It's nothing to what else will be in your face. You carry on.
Sometimes when you work in pairs, one person gets more abuse than the other. We get it every day, every single day. And it doesn't bother us. I don't go home crying at night because someone says they don't like me. I move on to the next job and get over it. Why are you being like this, sir?
Why am I like
Why
this?
be like
Because
this, sir?
it's quite clearly there are notices all over the place. I tell you, this has nothing to do with Thermal Dog
Well,
Kennels.
you need to work with us then, sir.
Mr. Routledge claims that Thermal Dog Kennels is not based at the address and is nothing to do with him.
We have hundreds of companies that have got registered office here.
Okay.
I find your whole attitude aggressive and unimportant.
I'm sorry, sir. Haven't you just tried to push me out the building?
Yes,
And in my personal space, sir.
Come on, I want you to have me arrested. I want you to charge me. Come on.
Do you mind
Come
getting
on,
away
big man. Come on, big man. Come on. You can't, can you? Because you're a livid little yellow twat.
You can tell signs of when people are going to be aggressive just by the way that the body language is, by the way that they get into your personal space immediately. And you've got to think one step ahead of trying to get this message clearly to them that regardless what behaviour is going to happen, we're going to be doing the job, we're going to be executing the writ.
Just step aside, I'll have a convo with you, all right?
Yes.
Let's start from the beginning.
I'm quite happy to show you a series of events which will show there's lots of companies with registered addresses here.
Right.
Yes. But that man was at his premises.
That's fine,
Now,
sir. He can deal with me. He
Yes,
can deal with
yes,
me.
I think
Oh,
you're
you
quite
can. We can go in the back and in your office.
With the situation escalating, Stuart talks to the police.
I came out of the place.
As we've gone to do an inventory of goods, he's becoming very aggressive, trying to throw us out the building. So we're here to continue our job regardless of the situation.
Vic takes Mr. Routledge aside to try and find out more about the company that owes the money.
Is David, is he your son?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm David Senior.
Right,
He's
both.
David.
Okay, that's fine. Were they trading from here at some point before?
Yes. It ceased trading probably 2 years ago. But it filed accounts at company's house, but it has no assets at all, it's just a trading company.
Just as Vic seems to be making progress, Stuart's arrival changes Mr. Routledge's attitude.
Why is he still on the premises?
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
Another man arrives in the office.
Jonathan, this man's totally intimidated me, and he's threatened me.
Have I threatened you, sir?
Yes,
I think you need to calm down, sir.
That he is a disabled person with a serious heart condition, and that your threats here can
What threats?
actually invoke into a heart attack.
What threats are that, sir?
Well, it's simply led by your intimidation, by the
Yes,
sound of
you
it.
are intimidated.
I'm here to do my job, sir.
Yes, you're not.
If you want to cooperate,
You're intimidating.
If you want to cooperate, sir.
Look, I told
cooperate.
you, you are intimidating. I don't have to cooperate with you.
That attitude, sir, is getting you through here. Right, ignore what I'm saying then, sir. Ignore what I'm saying, sir.
Would you please get this man out?
I'm not going anywhere, sir, so you can deal with it.
You're not going to get anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
Right, we'll see about that. Out. No, get out.
Calm down, sir.
Calm down. Get him out. Get him out.
I'm not going anywhere, sir.
Get him out. Come on. You shouldn't have this one.
Get off the phone.
Oh, violence now. Oh, the clenched fist then.
Whoa,
Clenched fist. No, I'm having you now. Oh, yes. You're a clenched fist. You're getting me out.
With the threats escalating, will Stuart and Vic be able to get the £3,000 they came for? High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Cheshire with a writ to recover £3,000 from a company called Thermal Dog Kennels.
We're after Mr. David Routledge.
The man they met, Mr. Routledge, had the same surname as the company director of Thermal Dog Kennels, but denied that he was him.
Are you able to get him on the phone?
No.
Mr. Routledge didn't want to cooperate.
Now, come on, gentlemen.
No, carry on doing what we're doing, sir.
He then tried to get Stuart out of the premises.
Come on, big man. Come on. You can't, can you? Because you're a living little yellow twat.
Then another man arrived. Tensions rose and Mr. Routledge made threats against Stuart.
Calm down, sir.
Get off the phone.
Oh, violence now. Oh, the clenched fist then. No, I'm having you now.
Now the agents need to calm the situation down so they can resolve this complicated case. Stuart takes the man who recently arrived to one side.
We're here to speak to David Routledge.
The David Routledge that you're after is up in North.
We need to speak to him, and we need to see some documentation for what actually belongs to this company. Who are you, sorry, sir?
My name's John Routledge. I'm the owner of all this stuff here.
John Routledge tells the agents he's the director of an entirely different dog kennel business, trading from the same address. If this is the case, the agents won't be able to seize any assets, but they need proof.
This is a lease agreement for the goods that are owned on lease here to Animal Housing Solutions.
The lease proves that a new business, Animal Housing Solutions, is indeed trading from the address, as John Routledge says, and the equipment on the premises is hired out from a different company. The assets on site don't belong to Thermal Dog Kennels, and so they can't be seized.
I'm just looking at this.
But as the company named on the writ is still listed as trading from the address, the agents have the right to stay on the premises to conclude their inquiries.
I now require you now to leave this premises, please.
We won't be leaving, sir.
Get out through that door now.
The problem is they're still active on Company's Houses trading from here. That's the problem we're sitting with today.
The Company's House is only just simply there as an entity, exactly.
The active address is here on Company's House. It shows that it's here.
Yes.
We didn't make up that information.
Despite John Routledge's protests, the agents won't leave until they've tried to find out where the director of Thermal Dog Kennels, David Routledge, is.
So is the defendant we're looking for, which is not trading from here, that's your dad?
No, he's my dad.
Is this your dad?
Oh, yes.
Is it your brother then?
Yes.
Right.
Who's up north?
Where about?
He's up in Leeds.
Have you got a contact number for him?
Yes, but we're not going to give it to you.
With no company assets there to seize, and no help from the family in contacting David Routledge Jr., Stuart and Vic have no choice but to leave empty-handed.
All right, see you later. The issue we got is it's Thermal Dog Kennels, and when we walk in there, there's kennel equipment. There's cages, there's photos of dogs.
It's just the way they came across, you know, they weren't forthcoming with any information. They know the person, it's obviously family. We'll just take it through our trace department.
And see where we end up.
Over the last 3 years, homelessness among ethnic minority communities has risen much faster than in the general population. This dramatic increase has caused a huge rise in the number of households from minority communities living in temporary accommodation. Barnet, North London. High Court enforcement agent Steve Pinner and his son Ben are on their way to carry out an eviction.
We have a writ of possession. We are going to a flat in Brunswick Park Road.
A notice of eviction has already been sent to the tenant by the county court, but the landlord has upgraded it to the High Court to speed up the process.
Let's see what we can do.
The tenant has been living in the flat for over 4 years. She's in rent arrears, but Ben and Steve aren't instructed to collect payment. They are here to repossess the property today.
It's that one with the extension lead going out the house.
That's to use the communal electric. Let's run it through a letterbox. That's dangerous.
Sometimes we see something like an extension lead coming out of the letterbox. You know before you get into the flat there's something not right, whether it's with the person or even the property. There is something not correct.
Hello? Hello, madam. My name's Ben. I'm a High Court enforcement officer. I've been sent to repossess the property, madam. Would you like me to unplug the plug before you open the door? Hello? I'm going to unplug the plug, yes? Okay, if you want to open the door now.
Why are you coming here?
I'm here by the High Court to repossess the property, to evict you, madam. I have the relevant paperwork if you'd like to open the door.
I didn't receive any court order.
Okay, madam, this conversation will be much easier if you open the door. Would you like to open the door?
I didn't receive any...
Okay, madam, I'm not having any further conversation until you open the door.
Any stopping court order?
Yes, if you can read it through that spy hole. No, madam, open the door. This is just getting ridiculous. Or I can have the door opened for you if you don't want to open it for me. I'd much prefer you to open it, though. That's better. This is the paper. This is from the High Court. And what happens is, you have an hour now to collect some personal effects, medication, items to last you a few days.
I didn't receive before.
Madam, okay, let me explain. You was ordered by the county court to leave, and you didn't leave. The client...
No, I don't have a...
Madam, hold on. You did have a court order, and it was an order of possession saying that you should leave by a said date. Obviously, because you didn't leave, the client has asked to transfer it to the High Court. Rather than transferring it to the county court bailiff to come, we are coming instead. We'll have to leave the door open, though. I need to come in. I don't want to... What's behind the door? Wow. Do you live here on your own? Have you got anyone that can come and help you?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything? Have you started to pack already, or...?
Yeah, something in my backpack.
Ben leaves the tenant to pack, but as he looks around the flat, he's in for a shock.
Wow, this is something else. It's just like a version of hoarding. There's just rubbish everywhere. I don't know how people can live like this, but everyone goes through life differently. When you go down the council, madam, speak to them about arranging people to come and collect all of this.
Steve decides to investigate the power cable that came through the letterbox.
Everything is run off the communal electricity. The fridge, hot plate, microwave, there's probably no lights.
There's 3 microwaves, one there. 2.
Yeah, I know. Try a light switch, the electric won't work. Told you. The boiler's not on, obviously.
Is there no electricity in this flat, madam? How comes?
Not only light, electricity. Everything is broken.
Yeah, but this is the electricity from outside, isn't it? When you enter a property, you're looking for things that might be out of the ordinary. Sometimes they're boxes all stacked up, food stacked up, no utilities no lights working, things like that, which brings you to the point where the tenant may be vulnerable or not sure of themselves. So You have to be very careful.
Hello there.
Nice to meet you, sir.
As the tenant continues to pack, the landlord's agent arrives.
We're in talking to her, explained the situation to her, told her that she has an hour to get her personal effects together, and she's going to have to come back and clear that out.
If you'd like me to show you.
Okay. I mean, we've been trying to reason with her for... The owners are in the States at the moment, and I manage the property when we've been able to, but she's not allowed us in for...
The electricity doesn't work.
She's not allowed us in for a safety certificate.
She has an extension lead running off outside for everything.
We've been pleading with her through the letterbox. I mean, never forced entry, ever. We've said, you know, look, you know, let us help you. For your safety, we need to get... You're not coming, you're not coming. She's screaming at the owners of the flat, and it's their property, they're trying to help her.
Ben is concerned about the tenant's welfare.
Have you got anywhere to take all of this stuff to, madam? You don't have a place. I just don't know what you're going to do with all of this. I really don't. Because you've got quite a lot of stuff. You need everything. You're going to need to make arrangements to come back and get all of this. But it's not going to be a quick process. Have you got not family or friends that can come and help you? No. When you evict vulnerable people, it's hard because we don't know if they're going to get the help they need, whether that's down to the fact that they won't ask for it or the fact that they simply aren't getting the help from the necessary authorities. Madam, I understand this is very distressing for you, but we need to sort of work out a game plan of what you're going to do in your next steps. Would you like me to help you? Would you like me to lift that over?
Can I help in any way? Oh, it's really heavy.
Is there anything else you need to take, madam? No?
Have you got the piece of paper he gave you? You need that if you're going to the council.
The tenant is now homeless. She must appeal to the local council for emergency accommodation.
What about all your other stuff in the property? If you explain to the council... I said to her, you need to go to the council, you need to do this, you need... She says, don't care, doesn't matter.
She will not have gone to the council. I can almost guarantee I don't know where she's gone.
Go then?
Well, she will just go to... if she knows somebody or somewhere, or I don't know. That's what's so sad about it.
The tenant must collect the contents of the flat within a month, or she could lose all her possessions for good.
As you can see, we're going to be at least another month before we can legitimately remove all of her stuff. That puts another month on top of before we can start any refurbishment work. So, you know, it goes on.
The eviction is complete.
I need you to sign this just to say that we've been here, done what we're supposed to do.
But Steve and Ben are still concerned about the tenant. They take an unusual step and decide to try and track her down.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down there and have a look down there, see if we can get round that way. See if she's sitting, but I don't think she will be. It's always difficult if you have to evict someone that's a vulnerable person, because if they're that vulnerable, they may not understand the situation. So somebody has to try and get them to understand it. She just disappeared. She might have got a bus. But what can we do? You know, you can only do so much. You know, we're struggling to find her.
After driving around the area, there's no sign of the tenant.
I don't know what's going to happen to her. Now she's disappeared and will she go to the council? She didn't seem that bothered when we said about going to the council. Will she be sleeping on the streets tonight. I feel like I need closure. I need to know where she's gone or if she's okay. But I don't know what more I can do to try and find her.
I mean, we've done the job that we've been paid for, but then there's us personally as people think, you know, yes, the job's the job, but at the end of the day, we hope they're going in the right direction to get help and move onwards.
Steve and Ben have faced an emotional eviction. But in Stuart and Vic's next case, they meet a debtor in denial.
I swear on my son's life, I have not received no paperwork.
You don't need to swear on anyone's life, sir.
Who pushes their patience to the limit.
Don't kick my furniture. Don't kick my furniture.
I'm not kicking any furniture.
Don't
again.
kick the furniture.
Do not touch me again, sir.
The number of county court judgments issued against consumers in England and Wales has reached the highest level since the financial crisis in 2008. By the end of the decade, personal debt is set to reach £2.5 trillion, with each adult in the UK owing an average of nearly £50,000. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in the Worcestershire countryside.
The Malvern Hills, Vic. The Malvern Hills.
They're on their way to collect a debt from a man who purchased a car engine from an online auction website, but failed to pay the seller.
We are going to see Mr. Clive Herbert, 3,200.
And who's it owed to? A private individual?
Yeah.
2, 3. Aha, here we are.
Where the defender is.
If Mr. Herbert can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize personal assets to offset the debt. Nobody seems to be at home. So Vic decides to do some detective work.
Morning. Hello. Mr. Herbert, have you got a contact number for him? Thank you very much. I'll give him a ring.
Vic gets the debtor, Mr. Herbert, on the phone.
Hi, is that Mr. Clive Herbert? Hi, morning, sir. My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Would you be able to return to the property? No. I've got a High Court writ here, so with outstanding balance of £3,219.27.
What's this for? I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't even received any court papers for it.
Well, you've got my number. I'm going to give you 20 minutes to raise the funds. If not, we will be funding transport, so to remove the vehicles on the drive.
They don't belong to me. They belong to my son. You can't take stuff that doesn't belong to you.
The outstanding balance that needs to be paid in full is £3,219.27.
No, it doesn't even £2,000.
It's been oh, so you know about it then?
Yes, I know about it.
Oh, well, no, but you just told me 5 minutes ago you know nothing about it. So I'm not.
I haven't received the paperwork from the court. I'm appealing against the case.
So I've got an active High Court writ here.
No. You are doing things wrong.
Oh, no, sir. Far from it.
Then you can come and take my stuff.
You've got my number. I'll give you 20 minutes and I'll give you a call back.
No, you can't.
I can't understand why people think they can tell me what I can and can't do. I don't go around to people's work and tell them what they can and can't do.
While they wait for Clive to return home, Stuart runs a vehicle check on the cars in the driveway.
Can someone put me through to HPI, please?
They are valuable assets, and if they're owned by Mr. Herbert and free of finance, the agents can take them away if he doesn't pay today.
Land Rover Defender 110, it should be. All right, cheers, Ed. Thanks very much, mate. Bye. Free of finance.
Yeah, this one is on eBay for $12,750.
Both cars are free of finance.
You, my friend, are being seized.
It's always a major benefit of coming to a property and realising that there is a valuable asset sat on the drive that's free of finance. It means you've got something to barter against.
Stuart calls Mr. Herbert back to give him an update.
Hello, is that Mr. Herbert? Speaking. Mr. Herbert, my name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
I've just been speaking to the police. I'm on their way now.
Okay.
You haven't got the correct paperwork, Bed.
How have we not got the correct paperwork? So we've got a High Court writ.
They said you can't take nothing away.
Says who?
The police.
You do know that the police are only here for breach of the peace, so they're not here to stop us doing our job.
They're on their way now.
No problem at all, sir. We'll speak to you shortly. Are you making your way back?
I'm on my way there to you now.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you shortly.
Stuart and Vic wait for Clive and the police to arrive. But then, Clive's son turns up.
Hello there, sir. Take it you're the son, are you? Yeah, we're High Court enforcement agents. Your dad said he's on his way back. Payment needs to be made. If not, goods are getting removed, including the Defender. That's mine. Is it? Have you got any documentation for it?
I have got documentation for that.
Are you able to go and grab it?
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
If Clive's son can prove the cars on the driveway belong to him, the agents won't be able to seize them.
Have you got a receipt for it?
No, we haven't got receipts for anything. We don't do receipts.
The son has logbooks, but these are not proof of ownership. With no receipts, the vehicles can be seized.
It will be removed then.
You ain't taking them.
No, we don't have to, but we need payment.
The agents have been on the property for 45 minutes, and there's still no sign of Mr. Herbert. Then, the police arrive.
Morning, officers. Got a High Court writ to take control of goods unless payment's been made.
I think he's under the impression he's still in court.
No, the CCJ's been awarded against him, so it's now a writ of control, which means if the full balance is not paid, we will be removing goods.
Stuart turns detective and finds keys to other cars. He walks down the road to see if there are signs of any other vehicles.
I'm just waiting now to see what he turns up in. There's keys inside for a 2011 Chevy Camaro. There's also a 55 plate Range Rover Vogue.
But then Mr. Herbert turns up on foot.
Mr. Herbert, Mr. McCracken, High Court enforcement agent. My colleagues are with the police at the moment just regarding this outstanding writ, sir.
I just rung the court. They said that I got every right to appeal. Then
you got every right to appeal, sir, yeah. Well, at the moment, it's still active.
Well,
so we're here now to collect a payment or take control of goods, sir.
Well, the stuff don't belong to me.
What about the goods inside your property, sir?
Eh?
What about the goods inside your
Belongs
property?
to my son.
Belongs to everything?
Yeah, everything belongs to my son.
Everything?
Yeah.
Right, OK. So I'm here to take control of goods, sir, which we will be doing unless payment's made.
If all this stuff belongs to my son, you can't take nothing.
Yes, I will take it, and you've got 7 days to prove to the court.
You can't take anything if it belongs to...
Sir, I need to make you aware, if your appeal goes through, you get your money refunded. But the fact of the matter is, we're here now to execute a writ of control.
Hey, can they take stuff?
What's your address?
Yeah, what's my address?
Yeah.
But the stuff, everything belongs to him.
In this job, you've got to think, are they being truthful? Are they being honest? Are they actually at this address? What goods do they actually own? And that's the exciting part of the job.
Mr. Herbert finally starts to discuss the debt with the agents.
I bought an engine for £2,000 off eBay. We put it in the van. The engine was scrap, right? So I paid on credit card and I stopped the payment. And he went to court to get his £2,000, right? And they went against me in court.
As you've just come now, and I understand it's a bit of a shock, so what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you a further 20 minutes to raise some funds. If not, I'll be ringing recovery for the removal of that Defender 110 and the computer equipment that you've got.
Can they do this? If they you've got to send me some sort of...
We have done, sir.
I haven't received any paperwork.
Right, paperwork has been sent.
Can you prove it then? I swear on my son's life, I have not received no paperwork.
You don't need to swear on anyone's life. That's your notice of enforcement, sir, and that's when it was sent. We're here to execute a High Court writ of control, which we will be doing unless payment's made.
With the deadline set, Stuart starts to make an inventory of goods.
Don't kick my furniture. Don't kick my furniture.
I'm not kicking any furniture.
Don't kick the furniture.
Do not touch me again, sir.
Don't kick the furniture.
I advise you do not touch me again.
off my chair.
I'm in the middle of taking control
Hey,
goods, sir.
No, stand up then. Stand
No.
up. I have asked you politely to get off the chair.
I will do, yes, but if you touch me again, sir.
Let's not escalate things, eh? There's no need for it.
When you're faced with an aggressive confrontation, the thing that you've got to think about is, what am I going to do to get this resolved? So being calm and controlling with the situation leaves you still in control, and that's when they're going to start thinking, right, he's not leaving. I best start thinking about getting a payment together.
Mr. Herbert still maintains that all the goods in the house belong to his son.
He's taken a computer. There's nothing wrong to it.
Well, we need to see some evidence then, sir. I've already explained this to you.
It's Scott's computer.
Well, we need to see some evidence of that, sir.
But as the agents start to remove assets, Mr. Herbert's attitude suddenly changes.
And how much is it now? How much you want?
Total amount outstanding, sir, is £3,957.
I don't even know £2,000.
Yeah, but sadly, sir, it's gone to the High Court.
Been transferred to the High
So you are
Court.
liable for High Court charges.
£1,000?
More
It's a
than
little bit more than that, sir.
Hey?
3.9, almost 4.
£4,000?
£3,950.
County court costs and High Court fees have almost doubled the debt.
I can't make that much payment.
No, we need the full amount, sir.
So if I give you a cheque there, you'll go?
No.
It'll have to be cleared funds, sir.
Debit
card, fax transfer.
The agents have been at the house for almost 2 hours. Mr. Herbert has finally agreed to raise the cash.
See if this card works.
Can you take a payment for me, mate, please?
Right, so that's gone through. I've written down your authorization code. We'll show on your bank statement. Right, we'll be on our way. I'll let you get on with the rest of your day.
Mr. Herbert is unhappy about paying the debt and the additional costs.
I am the victim here. Somebody sold me an engine for £2,000. He's got his £2,000 for a scrap engine. I've gone to court, lost it. I'm absolutely gutted. And now I've paid £4,000. If that isn't daylight robbery, is that justice for you?
Stuart and Vic got the result they came for.
The defendant paid on credit card, thought he got clever, phoned the bank and cancelled it. 10 out of 10 for the claimant. He went down the right route, went through the legal system, and we went there today and we got what we were asked to do.
So he can kick and scream all he wants about this, but at the end of the day, justice has been served.
Non-payment of rent remains the biggest problem facing landlords across the country, with the number of tenants in severe rent arrears continuing to rise. 37% of landlords have experienced rent arrears in the last year, forcing many to apply to have their tenants evicted. Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are on their way to carry out an eviction. The landlord's agent claims the tenant, David Unali, hasn't paid rent for 7 months.
Let's go.
He's at the property to meet Paul and Steve.
Hello, sir. I'm Paul. We've now got the paperwork from the court, so we'll go into action. Okay. Just give us a few minutes, so if he is in, that few minutes of you not being there is quite helpful.
No problem at all.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Okay.
Paul and Steve aren't here to collect the arrears. They're here to evict Mr. Unali today. But this eviction isn't going to be straightforward. The agents have been given a key by the landlord to access the property.
Mr. Unali?
But there's a problem.
Got a key in it. There's definitely a key in it. Mr. Unali!
The door has been locked from the inside.
Mr. Unali! I just have to gain access another way, i.e. force it.
It seems Mr. Unali has locked himself in the flat.
Mr. Unali, we're High Court enforcement. Will you open the door, please? Oh, We need to get the locks and that up here.
Have a quick word with him.
With the agent.
He decides if we just bring a couple of bars up.
Yeah, OK.
While Steve goes to talk to the landlord's agent about forcing entry, Paul gives the tenant an ultimatum.
You open the door, please, or we're going to break in. We're not going to go away, so will you please open the door? Tenants always want to buy more time because this is Judgment Day. They bury their head in the sand. This is never going to happen. And from the knock on the door, they know that this is going to happen.
We've been asked if we could just hold on, breaking the door down. So, the gentleman's going to try and talk to him.
The landlord's agent tries to get Mr. Unali to open the door.
David? Hello, David?
There's still no answer. So the landlord's agent gives Steve the go-ahead to break in.
Just need to take it off. We'll get him to come repair it.
He owes you £6,000, doesn't he?
He owes us in total $7,800.
How many months rent?
He hasn't paid anything since last June.
Why have you been so patient?
Well, he said that he's had some issues with illness and this, that and the other. Then he said that he's got money coming from his parents. Then we said, OK, fine, you know, we'll wait on for that. And then he just refuses to pay.
Paul and Steve have no option but to force entry.
You gonna open the door now? No?
But even if they get into the flat, will they be able to get the tenant out? Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner were in Tooting, South London, carrying out an eviction.
Mr. Unali!
The tenant, David Unali, locked himself into his flat.
There's definitely a key in there.
The agents tried to persuade him to open the door.
We're not going to go away, so will you please open the door?
With no response, Steve started to break in.
You gonna open the door now? No? Hello, good morning. We're High Court Enforcement and we come to repossess your property today. It would have been nice if you'd have opened the door for us. OK, so you understand why we're here.
Can I have a couple of these? No. Can I explain it? I'm telling you what's now going to happen. You've got half an hour to get personal effects in a bag, only half an hour, and you'll be evicted. After that, you'll have to make an arrangement with the landlord, who I think has been eminently fair with you, and we can see what he's up against because we've had to break into it today. It is now 20 to 1, 10 past 1, you're out. So just do it. Get on and do it.
Make an arrangement with the landlord to come back at another day in the next few days to clear the rest of your stuff out.
Start packing.
Paul and Steve want to get Mr. Unali out of the flat as quickly as possible.
Make sure you have passports, identification, any medication that you're going to need for a couple of days, and then you can make the arrangement to come back and collect the rest of your stuff.
The flat is crammed with Mr. Unali's belongings. He has a right to return for a few hours later in the week to collect them, but he says he needs more time.
I just need 2 days, you know?
I can't do it. You're not allowed back in the building. If I find out from any of the tenants that you come back into the building or into the courtyard.
I just ask if you say no.
Will you listen to me, please? You need to get some friends here to help you pack your things up, because this man is only going to allow 4 hours for you to move your stuff.
Mr. Unali wants a couple of days to clear his stuff, but having not received any rent for 7 months, the landlord has run out of patience.
I haven't received one single penny of rent from this place since June. That's unfair. You have to understand that.
I understand that. I do.
I'm trying to help you as much as possible. I try to be as nice as possible. Okay. So you've got until Saturday, until 12 o'clock, and that's it. 12 to 4, that's it. You don't have anything after that. I'm sorry.
That's not right.
I always remember the fact that there are two sides to the coin, and I don't really understand the mindset of tenants who think that it's okay not to pay the rent and for them not to consider the landlord's dire straits.
Mr. Unali finally starts to pack.
It affected us quite a lot. I mean, it's nearly £8,000 that he owes us. And now with court fees and everything else, you're looking at around about, £9,000-10,000 that in total that it's cost us just to get him out. But it's irrelevant to him. He doesn't care. It's our own fault that we, trusted him. But you live and learn.
Mr. Unali's time in the flat is up, but he's still worried about how he's going to move all his belongings.
I'm not sure I can do it Saturday,
You have to speak to the landlord.
They said on Saturday nothing.
Just make it work then.
Huh?
Just make it work.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'm having problem everywhere. It seems everything is going to fucking rubbish. Everything is going to hell.
Mr. Unali is now homeless.
If you look at the costs of the eviction, the landlord's probably nearer £9,000 down the pan. And this guy has mistaken kindness for weakness and has taken advantage. These proceedings have gone on since last July. So I haven't got much sympathy with him, because it's never going to be the right day and it's always going to be somebody else's fault. You can't change the mindset of people like that.
Next time, Brian meets a distressed debtor
Oh, you can't take it. Please let me get home.
who puts him in a dilemma.
The problem I've got now is I need a large payment today.
Paul makes a surprise discovery.
There's a whole load of tellies here, this big and this big.
And gets shut out of a volatile eviction.
I don't leave.
You can't pay, we'll take it away is back next Wednesday at 9. Next tonight, a fire-damaged home that's not fit to live in, or so we think, in Nightmare Tenants, Slum Landlords. Over on 5 Star, it's not dirty talk, it's fact-filling. We cut through the noise and get to the truth in New Sex Pod. While on 5 USA, the first in a double from the ever-powerful Law & Order Special Victims Unit.